This week, Battlefield 5, Amazon Cars, and Mordenkainens Tome of Foes.
All on Geek this week. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Geek This Week. I'm your host, Brogan.
And I'm your other host, X.
And this week, like usual, we've got a ton of stuff to give you, so we're just going to jump right in. Better buckle in.
This week in gaming, Niantic has officially announced the next update for their popular augmented reality app, Pokemon Go. On Monday, it was announced that the Alolan forms for Pokemon originally found in the Kanto region will be introduced sometime within the next few weeks. These alternate versions for Pokemon such as Meowth, Vulpix, and Exeggutor were first seen in the tropical islands of Pokemon Sun and Moon. With Niantic continuing to push out updates and new features for the game, now more than ever, we can only wait in anticipation for what might come next. But honestly, here's hoping for AR battles and trading, finally.
After a remarkable 17-year run, RuneScape Classic, the game that stole away so many of our precious childhoods, is finally shutting down. After keeping the original graphics and locations available to their dedicated fanbase, Jagex has finally pulled the plug on the retro look, forcing all of its current users to the new, more modern version of the game. This, as expected, has come with an outcry from longtime fans, but seeing as the graphics and engine were as old as they were, its death was inevitable. We're sad to see such an iconic part of our childhoods go, especially for those of us growing up in the early 2000s. Thankfully though, you still will be able to play with your account as they wind down over the next couple months.
The trailer for Battlefield 5 has dropped, and it's nothing like what any of the fans were expecting. The popular FPS series by game studio DICE has traditionally created rather accurate representations of war, even going so far as to painstakingly recreate weapon fire rates and plane acceleration rates. But the trailer shown for Battlefield 5 seems to show that the game will feature more zany, over-the-top stunts and set pieces. This is quite a change in direction for the games, so much so that their like-to-dislike ratio is nearing 1-to-1 on YouTube. Many are suspecting this is because of the aforementioned strange direction change, but some people are blaming the game for pandering to the social justice warrior crowd by featuring a female lead prominently in the trailer and game art. Whatever may be, though, the trailer sure is a spectacle to behold.
This week in movies, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is allegedly looking for a big star to play the role of a classic Spider-Man villain in the new Spider-Man Homecoming film. Apparently, Jake Gyllenhaal has reportedly been in talks with Marvel Studios to play the master illusionist Mysterio in the upcoming sequel to 2017's Spider-Man Homecoming. Mysterio is most notably known as the founding member of the infamous Sinister Six, meaning Disney may finally be bringing classics like Doc Ock and the Green Goblin into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Or they might just be wanting to include another iconic villain from the comics. Either way, we are still excited to see where this leads. We just really hope that we get to see Mysterio in his classic fishbowl helmet at least once.
We've finally received our first tidbit of information about Avengers IV.
It's happening, people.
Though not the bombshell we were hoping to receive, an official description for the next installment of the crossover giant Avengers has surfaced, and it's the word choice that has people analyzing everything they can. Specifically, the description calls the movie a turning point that will force our beloved heroes to truly understand how fragile this reality is and the sacrifices that must be made to uphold it. The cast has also reportedly been caught wearing their original costumes from the first Avengers movie, leading some to theorize that the time travel aspect of the original Infinity comic series may not be too far-fetched an idea for the MCU. Whatever antics the heroes are going to face, you can bet we'll both be there opening night.
Oh yes. This week in tech, a security bug on Comcast's activation website has allowed people to find and steal Wi-Fi information extremely easily. Even though most Wi-Fi networks are password protected, the website bug provided a way around this by giving both the network name and password after simply putting in an account number and a partial street address. While it wouldn't be the first time people have tried leeching Wi-Fi off of others, it also allowed people to log into the network and proceed to change network settings and even the password, essentially keeping the original owner from using their own Wi-Fi. Comcast is already fairly notorious for not being one of the most reliable companies out there, and this is certainly not a step in the right direction.
A recently filed trademark has us wondering if Nintendo's going to be adding a third console to their classic series. The recently filed trademark features information on software, controllers, and console design itself for what seems to be a Nintendo 64 classic. Though trademarks alone don't prove that a company intends to create something, the timing of this trademark is suspiciously close to their E3 demonstration and the Nintendo Direct that comes with it. Whether or not the patent means anything, we're still looking forward to holding those really awkward controllers again.
This week in science, in an attempt to test their U-Robotech's nanofactory functionality, scientists in France have created the world's smallest house. Yes, you heard that correctly. Thanks to the accuracy of their system, they were able to build a house, door, window, chimney, and all, on top of an optical fiber about as thick as a human hair. To put that into perspective, the house itself is roughly 1,000 times smaller than a flea, but still has enough detail to easily be identified as a house. What's even more impressive is that a large portion of the process was entirely automated, which is how they were able to be so accurate in the first place. Though the process is still in its early stages, they say that they are hoping to use the technology for things like less intrusive drug delivery and disease targeting, and perhaps even data storage. By the sounds of it, it sounds like they are already working on structures small enough to fit through the window of this already overwhelmingly small structure.
This week in pop culture, the newest Splat book for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition is finally releasing this week after loads of hype. The book, entitled Mordenkainens Tome of Foes, is set to release Tuesday, May 29th, and promises a large variety of enemies and some more player character options. The book also promises lore surrounding these enemies, and the information seems like it will be presented in a first-person format. Specifically, in the official description of the book, it states, "This tome is built on the writings of a renowned wizard from the world of Greyhawk, gathered over a lifetime of research and scholarship." And it promises to chronicle his journeys across the various planes of existence. We're always excited to receive new books for our favorite tabletop RPG, and you can guarantee we'll be first in line on Tuesday.
Lastly this week, Amazon has yet again upped the ante when it comes to the performance of online shopping. The company is already globally known for its ability to deliver almost anything you can imagine straight to your door in a matter of days. But now it sounds like they're also turning their attention towards vehicles, something they haven't really attempted before. Apparently, the service does not intend to simply sell vehicles outright, but to reinvent the vehicle buying experience. Customers select a vehicle they are interested in from the site, after which a vehicle specialist will bring the vehicle to their home, where they have nearly an hour to test drive and ask any questions they may have. Finally, if the car seems like a fit, they can sign off on it right there, while it is still in their driveway. The service is only available to Prime members in the UK at the moment, but I'm sure it won't stay that way for long. Let's just hope people don't take advantage of this service and ruin it for the rest of us.
And that's it for this week's episode of Geek This Week. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, and if you found any news that we didn't, you found interesting, be sure to let us know down in the comment section below. Either way, we'll catch you geeks
Next week.